There is one important issue that people often overlook, and that is the color of the things we wear underneath, like socks and underwear. After all, these are the items that no one sees. I ignored that too, for a very long time, until I realized my body sees it, my skin knows it, and the things that touch me all day long, even if they never show on the outside, quietly shape how I feel inside faster than I ever thought. I remember when I first moved to the United States during the time I was constantly on the run. My place was tiny. I had way too much on my plate, and my mind was always under pressure. I shopped based on what was cheap, durable, and quick. And I had this really bad habit, always picking dark colors. Black and gray were my go-to. They did not show dirt. I did not have to think much. I did not have to choose. Sounds pretty reasonable, right? The interesting thing is, the more I did not have to think, the more I felt myself sinking, really sinking. It was not some mysterious, dramatic kind of thing. It was just waking up, putting on dark socks, slipping into dark underwear, and suddenly there was this dull feeling inside me, heavy, cold, like I was wearing a whole mood on my body. And all day long, I would talk less, laugh less, sigh more. Sometimes I even snapped at people. And when you snap, you know how it goes. It is easier to say the wrong things, make rushed decisions, and buy random stuff just to feel better. That is how money leaks out, not from anything major, but from these little things that pile up. Just imagine this. You are wearing something underneath that feels stuffy, a bit chilly, and just off. Sure, you can still go to work, you can still go out, but your body feels restless. And when the body is restless, the heart has a hard time settling too. My grandmother used to say that. I never paid attention when I was younger. I even argued with her about it. But now that I'm older, I get it. A lot of the things elders say, they are not trying to scare you. They are just speaking from a lifetime of observation. In this video, I'm going to share 4 colors you should consider limiting in your socks and underwear choices in the year 2026. Not to make you afraid, but so that you do not unknowingly drag yourself down every single day. And do not worry. I will also tell you how to handle it if you love those colors or if your job requires you to wear them. Oh, and before we dive into the main content, drop a comment below and share what you want to attract into your life. Something like this: I am always lucky, and abundance always finds its way to me. Here are the colors you should avoid in 2026 if you want to improve your financial luck. First, light blue. Light blue is a favorite for many women. It looks clean, soft, and easy on the eyes. It gives off that clear as water vibe, like a glass of water on a table. Just looking at it already feels calming. I totally understand that. It looks great in outerwear, but when it comes to socks and underwear, light blue often feels off for many people, especially women with cold feet. Here is why. Light blue belongs to the color group that sends a cool or even cold signal to the brain. The moment we see the color, our brain creates a sensation. That happens fast. And when that color sits on heat-sensitive areas like your feet or lower belly, your body can react quietly. What starts as cool can turn into cold before you realize it. Our bodies function best with warmth. Cold feet make the body curl up. A cold lower belly leads to tension. Many women do not notice it because it is just a little chill, and they tolerate it. But that tolerance becomes a problem when it goes unchecked. So, if you often get cold feet, dislike chilly air, or struggle to stay warm at night, it is smart to cut back on wearing light blue socks and underwear. Not cut out, just reduce. So your body is not always working hard to stay warm. Now, if you have a naturally warm body, sweat easily, or live in a hot climate all year, then light blue might feel perfectly fine. That is why I always tell women, this color depends on the person. No one should force anyone. Just be honest with your body. If it feels light, calm, and cozy, then you are doing it right. Want to enjoy light blue and still stay warm? I have a few practical tips. First, pick light blue items made from warmer materials, soft, mid-weight, and heat-retaining. Second, go for just a hint of light blue small patterns, thin trims, or tiny dots. It keeps the look playful while staying grounded in warmth. Third, wear light blue on the outside, and for the layers touching your skin, stick with tones like ivory, beige, soft brown, or muted pink gentle shades your body will appreciate. Still unsure? Do a little test. Wear light blue socks and underwear for 3 days, then switch to warm tones for the next 3. Each night, ask yourself, did I feel cold feet, a chilly belly, or trouble falling asleep today? No need to overthink it. Your body will answer right away. Second, silver. Silver, to me, has a modern kind of charm. It looks classy in photos. It sparkles. It is clean. It has that cool glow like light reflecting off a screen. Many women love silver because it makes them feel put together, stylish, and elegant. I get it. I used to fall for it too. Silver looks best with a bit of distance, like a delicate necklace, a pair of earrings, a handbag clasp, or a watch. It adds a nice pop of shine. But when silver shows up in socks or underwear, pieces that sit directly on your body all day, many people find it feels a little off. I call that feeling metallic chill. You do not even have to touch real metal. Just seeing the silver shine can already make your brain feel cold. Think of it this way. Silver is the color of steel, stainless steel, screens, cars, things that are cold and rigid. And let's face it, we already live deep in tech phones, computers, notifications. Our minds are always on. So wearing a metallic color close to your skin all day can create a subtle sense of tension and chill. Not a lot, but just enough. And if you tend to feel cold, especially in your feet or belly, that chill can leave your body feeling uncomfortable. I remember once, my daughter tried on shiny silver socks, like something you would wear to a party. She twirled in front of the mirror, all smiles. I told her they looked great. But a little while later, she said, "Mum, weird. My feet feel colder." That caught me off guard, but it made sense. Some colors warm us up. Some cool us down, even if the room stays the same temperature. Our bodies are that sensitive. We just tend to ignore it. Older women notice this chill even more. Many have told me, "Anna, I don't know why, but lately I just feel tight and uneasy." And when we talk more, I often find the same pattern. They love shiny, elegant, metallic-looking pieces. Silver, metallic grey, glittery finishes. The eyes love it, but the body struggles to relax. And when your body is tense, peaceful sleep becomes harder. I'm not trying to scare you, just explain how it works. When something feels cold and stiff, your body tenses, and tension wears you out. There is also a cultural side to this. In many traditions, silver shades represent stillness and solemnity, cool, closed-off energy. At formal events, people often wear metallics to signal seriousness. It works for that. But for daily life, especially when you need softness and warmth, silver might not be the coziest choice. Does this mean you have to toss all your silver items? Of course not. Life is not black and white. Just keep one principle in mind. Silver works best as a small accent used sparingly and on the outside. For what touches your skin, go for things that feel warm and let you breathe easier. Love silver too much to let it go? No problem. Here are a few easy tricks. 1. Keep it in accessories. Hair clips, watches, bracelets. They still shine, but they do not wrap you in chill. 2. If it is silver socks, pick warmer, softer fabrics. Avoid thin, shiny, cold materials. 3. Pair silver with warm tones beige, cream, muted pink. Let silver be the sparkle, not the whole vibe. I also have a trick that works surprisingly well. When you pick up something silver, do not check it under white indoor light. Bring it near a window and look at it in natural light. If it still feels cold and stiff, your body will likely feel the same wearing it. But if it leans toward champagne, slightly warm and soft, it will be much more comfortable. Silver is not just silver. There are many shades of it. In 2026, I suggest seeing silver as a controlled sparkle, great for a night out, fun for a change of mood. But for daily wear, especially close to your skin, if you tend to feel cold, tense, or sleep lightly, scale back a bit. Just a bit, to give your body some ease. 3rd, black. Black. Oh wow, this one barely needs an introduction. Almost every home has it. Black looks slimming, clean, easy to match, easy to buy, and easy to choose. A lot of women say, wearing black makes me feel slimmer and more confident. And visually, that is true. But when it comes to socks and underwear, I see black differently. It feels like an invisible shield we wear to protect ourselves. Strange, right? But think about it. When you are tired, drained, not in the mood to talk, and just want to disappear into quiet, what color do you reach for? Usually something dark, usually black. It gives a sense of privacy, safety, and helps us blend in. A way of saying, let me pull back. That is not a bad thing. We all need time to retreat and rest. But if black becomes your daily base for clothes that touch your skin, it can quietly create a habit, always being guarded. And when you stay in that mode, you open up less, soften less, resist change. Sometimes it starts with not wanting to bother choosing brighter colors. But when that continues, you might slowly stop caring for yourself. I say this honestly, and many women agree. You are not becoming less beautiful. You are just slowly shutting down. Black also has cultural weight. In many places, it symbolizes grief, heaviness. Some people even link dark colors with difficult energy. I will not go deep into that, but here is one thought. If you want to feel lighter, do not let your base layer send heaviness to your body every day. Here is the thing about black. It absorbs light. When your eyes see black, your mood naturally drops a little. For outerwear, that might be needed for work or formality. But for socks and underwear, especially if you often feel cold feet, tense muscles, or struggle to sleep, black with thin, tight, non-breathable fabric makes it harder to relax. And when your body stays tense, your day feels a bit more frustrating. Not a lot, but a little every day adds up. I often joke, black is like closing the curtains. Sometimes you need that, but if the curtains stay shut for weeks, the light goes missing. And when light is gone, so is a little bit of our joy. Some women laugh and say, I sound like an old lady. Maybe I am becoming like my grandmother without realizing. So, should you stop wearing black? No, just use it mindfully. If your job needs formal clothes or uniforms, black still fits. But add one small balance. For what touches your skin, pick something soft, warm, and a bit brighter. Keep black on the outside, or wear it occasionally. Do you love black socks because they go with everything? Perfect. Then pick warmer toned underwear, cream, beige, dusty pink. Or do the opposite. Think of it as opening a small window in your day. You do not have to change everything. Just one small space that lets your body breathe. Another tip. Fabric matters. Shiny, tight, thin black might look elegant but feels stuffy all day. Soft, matte, breathable black. Way better. So if you still love black, prioritize comfort, then style. One last thought, do not let your whole drawer turn black. Keep a few warm-toned socks and underwear. So on those low-energy days, you have another choice. And that small choice? Many women told me. It is strange, but it made my day feel better, because the body loves warmth, and the heart does too. So yes, black is practical, beautiful, and easy. Just make sure it does not become your forever default. Fourth, grey. Grey usually shows up the most in our lives during times when we are just a little worn out, busy, tired, avoiding choices, avoiding attention, just wanting everything to feel safe and passable. Have you noticed that? Some mornings, you open your closet and your hand just automatically grabs something grey because it requires zero thought. Grey is like the colour of fog, fuzzy, half light, half dark. It does not immediately bother you, but it also does not spark any joy. It just kind of sits there. And that in-between state is what traps people the most. Trapped in the most ordinary way. Half-hearted actions, delayed decisions, brief excitement that fizzles fast. Grey can easily create a whatever kind of mood. Not for everyone, of course, but for women who have spent years juggling worries, that whatever mindset tends to show up fast. And when you say whatever too often, you stop taking care of yourself. It sounds minor, but it affects your energy, your vibe, even how you step out the door. One time, my husband saw me wearing a grey pajama set with matching grey socks and said something that made me laugh and get annoyed at the same time. "You look like you're about to clean the garage." Oh my, I was embarrassed. But thinking back, he was not wrong. Grey can make you look like you are doing chores, handling things, holding things together. And yet, socks and underwear are meant to help your body rest and breathe. From a balanced feng shui perspective, grey is often linked to ash, what is left after fire burns out. That's just symbolic, of course, but it matches the feeling. Grey tends to signal burned out in spirit. So when you use grey as your daily base for inner layers, especially when you are trying to bring back your spark, it can quietly dull your mood. But grey also has its strengths. Do not think I am saying grey is bad. It can look beautiful when it is just an accent. Here is the key. Soft grey trims, tiny grey patterns, or heather grey with blended fibres, they can be elegant and stylish without making your entire body feel like a fog cloud. But if it is plain grey from head to toe, especially as your closest layer, many women say they feel a little more blah. Just a little. But again, every day adds up. Want to enjoy grey while staying warm? Choose warmer grey shades, ones with a beige undertone, also known as greige. It still looks neutral but has warmth and grounding. Or mix grey with warm tones, beige underwear and grey socks with a tiny pattern, or grey underwear with dusty pink or cream trim. It feels gentle and your body will thank you for it. And if you open your drawer and see way too much grey, don't rush to toss it all out. Just add a few warmer pieces, a pair of cream socks, an ivory-toned bra, a camisole in dusty pink. so that the next time your hand reaches for grey out of habit, you have a better option. That's all you need. You can even do a simple 3-day test. 3 days using plain grey as your base for socks and underwear, then 3 days switching to warmer tones. Each night, just ask yourself, did I feel lighter today? Your body will answer quickly. Sometimes we think we are doing fine, but we are really just used to enduring. I know that for some people, hearing about sock colors or underwear colors might feel like, oh great, one more thing to worry about. And honestly, life already gives us plenty to deal with. So I want to wrap this up in a way that feels lighter. What we talked about today is not about creating fear or making you avoid things. The goal is simply to help you take a fresh look at the foundation you are living with every day. Because sometimes, good luck does not show up through some life-changing event. It arrives when we feel just a little less exhausted, a little less irritable, sleep a little deeper, and suddenly, we speak more gently with our loved ones. We think more clearly at work. We spend with more intention. We know when to pause. That right there is what truly protects our well-being, our finances, and the peace in our homes. I hope your year 2026 is a little lighter, a little warmer, and that you stay clear-headed enough to hold on to the things that matter most in your life.